just to let you know where we will be working. This is the turned around segment section of the typewriter. This is one of the springs, this is the other. Underneath here is the rest that's doing all the clicking that we need to adjust. You'll see it more clearly later on. And underneath here is the lock nuts that we will adjust. You can see them there. So this Imperial 65, a marvellous machine, had this problem here, where sometimes when I followed a lowercase letter on from a capital, the lowercase would be lower than the normal alignment. Happened a few times. And the word during up there, which I tried to type. The problem, of course, is that this basket shift didn't want to come and rest at the proper position. There's this clicking here, and sometimes when I typed the new letter it would rest there, where it should be resting up there. Uppercase, lowercase. It wasn't clicking back like that. So I had to find out where the adjustment was. So we start by taking out the segment section. And locating the spring, this one here, which is the resistance for pressing the segment down, and also the force that returns it back to its sitting position. And this can be adjusted clockwise to increase the spring strength, anti-clockwise to loosen it. And I will show you where it was getting caught. Click. Now this piece here, which could be adjusted, controls where the lowercase position rests. And it just clicks in there. If it doesn't have enough spring power, it won't click. See, not quite enough spring power. So we'll wind this up. That clicks in like butter. And for good measure you could do the other side too. And now it works every single time. And even though the clicking problem is gone, the uppercases are still, it seems to me, ever so slightly higher than the lower cases. We'll test that here. Yes, just a whisker too high. and so I'm considering bringing the uppercases down, because when I put the lowercases and uppercases together, the lowercases look pretty good, but the uppercases look, to me, slightly less solid on the top than they are on the bottom. Oh, we'll test the theory anyway. I'll try to bring down the lowercases just about 1/2 a whisker. And for that we need to get a couple of spanners onto the lock nuts inside there. Watch this as I press the shift down. Okay, so uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase. Segment goes down, segment rests up. So that's another control there for where the uppercase, or where the lowercases go back to resting. So I will need to unscrew those nuts by about 1/2 a turn, then tighten them up. By unscrew I mean turn them anti-clockwise. The top one I got loosened off with a 1/4 inch, and the bottom one fits with an 8mm. You just work with what you've got. Now that top one is loose and I can unwind the bottom one. Now before I tighten those lock nuts back up, I'll check. Now, if anything, the uppercases are going a bit too low, but that's pretty tolerable. I'll maybe wind them back 1/4 of a turn. And the bottom line is where we are now, and just to test it along a bit further, to me that's acceptable.